Hello YouTube family, S.L. Muller here with a conversation that will bring some insight to my thoughts behind Ignite Your Greatness to Live Your Greatest I Am. So how did this all come about? Where did all these thoughts come from that ended up, I'd like to say, birthing the thought of Ignite Your Greatness to Live Your Greatest I Am? Well, just several months ago, my thought was that greatness was for a select few, that it was not for everyone. But in having some disappointments in life and having some frustrations in life and having some irritations in life and me making the decision that I didn't want to stay in that particular place. I didn't want to continue to feel frustrated with everything. I didn't want to continue to feel disappointed with everything. I decided that I would do some things to improve myself and improve my life. And taking those steps and taking those actions is when I discovered that greatness is truly for everyone, that it's not for a select few, that it really is for everyone. So a part of my process of getting out of kind of just that spirit of being down, I started to listen to some motivational speakers on the way to work. And actually, the funny thing is that at the start of the school year, I already told myself, on my commute, I have about a 30-minute commute, listen to motivational messages just to get myself in the right frame of mind. And as the school year kind of went along and things started to pick up, I kind of fell off from doing that, listening to music more in the morning. And then when I decided, I got to get out of this state, I went back to listening to motivational messages on the way to work. And I came across the speaker, Les Brown, and it was just a snippet of one of his speeches, 12 minutes. And it really was as if he was speaking to me in this conversation that he was having. He was talking about wanting more out of life, knowing that you could do more with your life and really owing it to yourself, to give it your all, to do your best, to do those things that are going to get you in a place that you truly desire to be and want to be. And then, it's just like after I listened to that conversation, I was hooked. I was trying to find every single speech by him. And that kind of really catapulted everything. And listening to him, it drew me to other motivational speakers. It drew me to different books that he had read, which caused me to read other books. So it really was a cycle that just kind of started to pick up with the whole transformation of my life and in wanting to improve my life. And a key thing that those of you, if you're familiar with Les Brown, a key thing that he always says is that you have something special within you. You have greatness within you. And the strange thing is, like, it felt like it was the first time that I was ever really hearing it. Maybe perhaps I've had people in the past that have said, you can be anything, you can do anything. But for some particular reason, it was really clear to me that, yes, I do have something special within me. We all have something special within us. And that's that greatness that is within us. And so in listening to him, I started to think, okay, yeah, perhaps Les Brown, you're right. I have greatness within me. But it's going to take something from myself to see that greatness reflected. And that's when I started to think of, I have this greatness within me, but I've got to get it going. I've got to ignite it. So I really started with that, starting with, just the thought of ignite the greatness that was within me. And that was making changes, starting to open myself up to making changes, ignite the greatness, ignite the greatness, ignite the greatness. And some of you that follow me on Facebook, you started to see that, I started putting more and more of that underneath comments that I was putting throughout the day. And then, like I said, in listening to Les Brown, it caused me to start listening to other speakers and reading other books. And I came across David Allen's book and speech on I Am. And I started listening to his series and his thoughts about I Am. And it really got me to thinking about what is my I Am? What is it that I proclaim to be really at my center and at my core. And for myself, I do believe in God, and I am a person that I like to have relationship with God, and it may be different for you. It may be another source of higher power for you, but for me, I believe in God, and in my belief in God, it really allowed me to draw on what my I am was, power, strength, sound mind. So I really started to think about that, think about what my I am was and what I really wanted it to be. And so I ended up tying those two thoughts together. Ignite your greatness to live your greatest I am. And my thought is that our I am is not sadness. It's not weakness. It's not those things. It's a much higher level. It's our full potential. So pulling the two thoughts together, it was just ignite your greatness to live your greatest I am. And it's really something that kind of just was a message to myself, And then I thought that if it was something that was really helping me, then why not share it with other people? And so the whole thought behind it is it's really about wanting to improve your life, wanting to do better, wanting the most out of life, wanting to live your full potential, and looking always to make improvements and to be better in life, and not to just decide that, hey, this is how things are, I'm not really happy and I'm just going to stay here, but really deciding that, no, things do not have to always be this way, that I can do the necessary things to make changes in my life. And also going back to dreaming. As kids, we dreamed. If anyone was to ask me when I was a kid, I wanted to be everything. But as we get older, as we become adults and we have more responsibilities on us, I think we lose that. We stop dreaming. And this whole, like I said, this whole transformation, it really got me back to dreaming, that life doesn't necessarily just have to be here, that there could be so much more. There's so many possibilities in life. And hearing Les Brown, 12 minutes of a speech, and it really being the catapult to changing my life and putting me on this path, I thought if he could share his life story and have this impact on my life and make such a change in my life, then if I were to share my story, if I were to share my experiences, that maybe I could be a help to someone else. So all the videos that I post here on YouTube, and then as well as the page that I started on Facebook, it really is me. I say deciding to ignite my greatness and to live my greatest I am, and wanting to encourage, inspire, and motivate anyone else that I can to live life to its fullest potential. And it's also about, perhaps maybe you've reached the level of success that you feel really comfortable with. Then this is for you too. Share what you did in life. Share your experiences in life that helped you. Share them with, the people that perhaps will come to this channel. Share it with us so that we can use those things to help us too. So if you are an individual or a person that really just desires to live life to its fullest potential, if you're a person that has goals and that has dreams, then this is for you. This is something that, you can carry with you. Just a thought that you can have throughout the day. You know what? I'm going to continue to ignite my greatness to live my greatest I am. So if you know that that's something that you want, then please subscribe to this channel. It's open for comments, things that, like I said, worked for you in your life that you would like to share, or maybe something that you're struggling and maybe you would like some input on. This channel is for that as well. You can also visit me on Facebook at Ignite Your Greatness to Live Your Greatest I Am. But really, this is just the whole thought behind Ignite Your Greatness to Live Your Greatest I Am. So if, like I said, you're an individual that you have some goals, you have some dreams that you want to reach, and you're just really about improving your life, then this is for you. Please subscribe. Also leave a comment with your thoughts. And I will see you in our next conversation. And as always, ignite your greatness to live your greatest I